Okay. Are we good to
Anyways,
go?
let's go.
Should we get into it?
Let's go. Let's go. We have probably not even just having half an hour now. Okay, so let's make a decision before I go in and do it, that not to interrupt me, like take a note or something, like let me at least read a page
Okay.
and take a note, and then we'll talk about something if there is. Unless of course there's something that really springs out, like there sometimes is. But yeah. So let's try to get through some of it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we are at chapter 4. What had just happened was that Gisli, they just killed. So they killed Skeggy. Like they basically, like, I don't know. I just gotta jump into it because they're just killing everybody now. Do you remember? Like at the end of it was just like everyone was just burning each other's farmsteads down. Like they just started murdering each other. So let's just go on with the murdering then. They return to the ship and put to sea and are away from land for more than 60 days, and they come ashore in West Iceland on the south strand of Dyrafjord, in the estuary called Haukadalsås. There were 2 men who lived on opposite sides of the fjord, both named Thorkel. One of them lived at Saurar in Keldudal on the southern shore. This was Thorkel, son of Eirik. The other lived on the other side at Alvidra. He was called Thorkel the Rich. Thorkel, son of Eirik, was the first man of standing to go to the ship and greet Torbjörn Sur, who was called this after he had escaped by means of whey. Whey, what you drink, the byproduct of...
I was in the from cheese production, like the
yeah, that stuff.
Maybe he's training. Maybe
he escaped by means of whey. Okay, cool. Anyways, all land had been taken on both shores. Torbjörn Sur bought land on the southern shore at Sebol in Haukadal, and Gisli built a steading there, where they lived from then on. A man called Bjartmar lived in at the head of Arnarfjord. His wife was called Turid, and she was the daughter of Hrafn of Ketilseyr in Dyrafjord. This Hrafn was the son of Dyri. I'm just realizing these are fucking difficult fucking things I'm saying. It's like getting my tongue all twisted. Sorry. I mean, listen to this. Hrafn of Ketilseyr.
Yeah, I'd have no chance.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks.
Well, I mean,
let's be honest.
Yeah, call a kettle or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The first settler in the fjord. They had children. Their daughter was named Hild. She was the eldest. Their sons were Helgi, Sigurd, and Vestgeir. Veststein was the name of a Norwegian who came to Iceland at the time of the settlement and lodged with Bjartmar. He married Hild, Bjartmar's daughter. When they had been married not very long, they had 2 children. Audr was the name of their daughter, and Veststein of their son. Veststein, son of Veststein, became a good seafarer and trader. However, he had a farm called Hest in Ulundafjord. At this time in the story, his wife was called Gunhild. Their sons were Berg and Helgi. Now after this, Torbjörn Sur dies, and then his wife Thora. Gisli and his brother Thorkel take over the farm, and Torbjörn and Thora were buried in the mound. There was a man, Torbjörn, who was called Selagnup, Seal's Crag. He lived in Taltnafjord. Wait, what?
You don't have to just go into the whole lineage of everybody that's ever existed or lived.
No, but hang on. He was called Selagnup, which means Seal's Crag. C-R-A-G.
Sea? Not like a seal, like a
seal, like
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Crag. A crag of seal? What the fuck is that?
What's a crag? I feel like it's
Isn't it like a crevasse? Like a crag?
Yeah,
crevasse? Isn't that like related?
Like a crack?
Should be. No, but yeah, hang on. I'll have to look this
So
up. Give me
a
a
crag,
second.
it's a
Crag.
steep or rugged cliff or the rock face.
Oh, it's a rock face.
Or
Okay.
like, so maybe it's where the seals live, because they tend to like live at the bottom of the rock face,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But that's a strange name. Why would you be called that? Anyways.
Maybe they caught him down with the seals.
Yeah, maybe he was born at a seal's crag or something.
Born half seal.
Yeah. I was really hoping it would have meant seal's vagina, but it didn't. So anyways, because that would have been fun. And might have been important to the story. Anyways, he lived in Talgnafjord at Kvigandafjell. His wife was named Thordis, and his daughter Asker. Thorkel, Gisli's brother, asks for this woman and marries her, and Gisli married Vestein's sister, Audr. Now the brothers farm together in Haukadal. Okay, so hopefully something's going to happen now, because, my God. Whew. One spring, Thorkel the Rich had to make the journey south to the assembly at Thorsnes. Gisli and Thorkel went with him. At Thorsnes, there lived then Thorstein, Thorskabit, Codbiter, who was the son of Thorolf Mostraskeg. Mostraskeg. That means something with a beard, but what does Mostra mean? Monster beard or like master beard, or it's an interesting, another cool name, Thorolf Mostraskeg. It's fucking amazing names in this story.
And was the other one called a codbiter?
Yeah, Thorskabit.
A codbiter.
Codbiter, yeah. Something like that. It would be pronounced something like that. Thorskabit. Anyways. He was married to Thora, the daughter of Olaf, son of Thorstein. Their children were a daughter, Thordis, and Thorgrim, and Bork the Stout. Thorkel finished his businesses at the assembly, and after the assembly, Thorstein invited Thorkel the Rich and the brothers Gisli and Thorkel to his home and gave them good gifts at parting. And they invited Thorstein's sons to come west and visit them at their assembly the following spring. Then they journey home. Next spring, Thorstein's sons make the journey west with 10 companions to Valseir assembly. And there they meet Gisli and Thorkel, who invite them home from the assembly. But before that, they were to go to a feast at the home of Thorkel the Rich. After that, they visit the sons of Sur, and are well feasted there. Thorgrim finds the sister of Gisli and Thorkel handsome, and he asks for her hand, and she is betrothed to him, and a bridal feast is held at once. Steadingit Sebel is given with her as a dowry, and Thorgrim moves west to live. But Bork remains at Thorsnes, yeah?
Imagine just marrying somebody because you thought they looked nice. Like that's just, it seems like that's the whole basis. He's gone, you look pretty. Surely this'll work. Leave your family and come live with me.
Well, I mean, again, the interesting thing here is that it leaves a lot up to your own imagination, right? Because Thorgrim finds the sister of Gisli and Thorkel handsome, and he asks for her hand, and she is betrothed to him. But we don't know if there are more details to the story, right? It could just be that they just leave out. It's not a love story between Thorgrim and which sister? I don't know. Can't remember her name, but their sister. So if you were to make a movie about this, for instance, there's a lot there to actually dig into right there, right? It's actually kind of cool. Anyways,
yeah.
I mean, it's not.
I feel like they give so much unimportant detail about everything else. Everyone else's lineage and where they may have lived, where they may live, who their neighbor was.
Yeah, that is true. They kind of suck, don't they? No, I mean, again, they are curiosities, and they're interesting to know because they are kind of, a very important part of storytelling tradition that we have, and understand like how storytelling has been different at different times also, because it's so difficult to know how these sagas were told, when they were told just by word of mouth. You can easily imagine that some animated person would tell these stories in a way that were much more interesting, because it was meant to be told in a hall, or at the whatever.
I'd be interested.
The courts and those kind of places, right?
I'd love to know whether they kept all those small details in originally, or whether they was added once it was written down. Because I
don't know.
It just feels like unless you were sat in the hall listening, you were like got really excited because your name was said in a story. So maybe they changed it for each town and like threw in the people who were there. But other than that, it feels very
That's an interesting theory.
Very pointless. Yeah, well, everyone likes it when their name gets mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly. Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting point you're making. But yeah. I just always imagine a lot of these things like being told, like that. I mean, some of the stories in the Upanishads, also in India and so on, they are in a way, when you just read them just like that, sometimes a bit stale and so on. But you can just imagine that if they were told with a bit of like animation, if you will.
So are we saying that the issue is your storytelling and not the story?
Well, when I say animation, I don't mean what you can do simply by virtue of your sort of like vocal prowess. But what I'm trying to say is that if I had like a fucking dress on and a mask and a few different things, there would be it would probably be more interesting. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. Feels like just a list of people's names.
No, well, that list of people's names would that have been there then?
Yeah, that's what I wonder.
Oh fuck! If that was there, holy shit! Just sit there, it's like, when is he gonna get to the good bit?
Yeah, get to the good bit. Probably like everybody listening.
Don't bore us. Get to the chorus.
Yeah, like everybody listening to this, like get to the good bit.
Yeah, let's see if we can get to the good bit. Now Thorgrim farms at Sebul, and the sons of Sur go to Hall and build a good steading there. And only a fence lies between the land of Hall and the land of Sebul. They farm there side by side and are good friends. Thorgrim has the rank of Godi, and he is a great source of strength to the brothers. They go together to the local assembly one spring with 40 men. All of them were dressed in coloured clothes. Lestein, Gisli's brother-in-law, was in the party, and all the men who had come out from Surnadal. There was a man called Guest, who was the son of Oddleif. He had come to the assembly and stayed in the booth of Thorkel the Rich. They sit and drink. The Surnadal men, other men were in the court, for it was an assembly for hearing lawsuits. A man comes into the booth of the Hawkedal men, a talkative fellow by the name of Arnor, and said, "You are a fine lot, your Hawkedalers, tending to nothing but the drink, and will not come to the court where your assemblymen have cases to be heard. Everyone thinks so, although I am the one to say it." And then Gisli said, "Let us go to the court then. It may be that others are saying the same." They go to the court, and Thorgrim asks if any men need their support. "And there will be no holding back. So long as we are standing, in any help we promise." But Thorkel the Rich replies, "Their cases amount to little that men have against each other here. We will tell you if we need you. Now words begin to go around about how showy these men are, and about their talk, how bold it is. Thorkel spoke to Gess. How long do you expect that spirit and swagger of these Haukedalers will be so great? And Gess answers, they will not think alike in 3 summers, who are now in that party. Arnor was nearby during this, and he bursts into the Haukedalers' booth and tells them what he has heard. Gisli says, these are somebody's real words he has told us, and let us see to it that this prophecy doesn't turn out right. I can think of a good thing to do, and that is to bind our friendship with stronger ties and swear blood brotherhood between the 4 of us. This seems like a good answer. They go out to the spit of a land called Eyerval Sodi, and cut and raise up a long sod in the turf, leaving the 2 ends fast, and they set a spear with a patterned blade under it, so long shafted that a man could just reach the rivets of the head with outstretched hand. All 4 should pass under, Thorgrim, Gisli, Thorkel, and Weststein. And now they draw blood, and let their blood run together in the earth, which was scratched up under the sod, and mix it all together, earth and blood. Then they kneel and swear an oath that each shall avenge the other as his brother, and they call all the gods to witness. But when they came to shake hands, Thorgrim said, there is burden enough in this for me. If I do this with these 2, Thorkel and Gisli, my brothers-in-law, but I have no ties with Weststein. And he draws back his hand. Then more of us will do the same, says Gisli, and he too draws back his hand. For I will not bind myself to the man who will not bind himself to Weststein, my wife's brother. People thought this a serious thing. Gisli said then to Thorkel, to his brother, it has gone as I thought it would. What we have just done will be of no use, and I think that fate will have its way with this.
Wait.
Okay.
So he waited all the way up until they'd gone out, made a little thing, cut themselves, bled into the pit, mixed it all up, and then decided that he wasn't comfortable swearing the oath with him.
Yeah, he did that at the fucking last minute.
Oh.
And that's why Gisli is making this prophecy that fate will have its way with them.
What a wanker.
This is going to end really bad now.
Yeah, they're all going to fall out. They could have been...
Yeah, they're going to kill each other, yeah.
I feel like all the Viking bros were so happy at that last paragraph as well. This cutting of hands, the blood brothers, they're mixing it together. They're like, we're going to fight. We've got an oath for each other. Like, if I get hurt, you got to come to my aid. Yeah. It was such a cliche for a second there.
Yeah, and then it fucking twisted.
And it's just like, nope.
So this is... Yes, there is the fucking list with all these people, but this is fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
This is awesome. This is super awesome. Anyways, during the summer, it happened that a ship came to Durafjord, owned by 2 brothers, Norwegians. One was named Thorir, and the other Thorarin. And they were men from Oslofjord. Thorgrim rowed to the ship and bought 400 of timber, and paid some of the price down, and left some to be paid later. The traders then laid up their ship in Sandals, and found lodgings for themselves. A man named Odd, the son of Orlik, lived at Eyr, at Skjutilsfjord. He took in the 2 brothers. Thorgrim sends his son and Thorod to look over and count his timber, because he intends to fetch it home soon. Thorod comes and looks over the timber. But the lot they were buying looks to him rather different from what Thorgrim had told him. He used hard words to the Norwegians, but they would not stand for this, and they attack him and kill him. Then the Norwegians go away from the ship after this work. They cross over Dyrfjord and take horse and make for their lodgings in Eyr. They journey all day and all night until they come to the dale which leads up out of Skjuttilfjord. Here they breakfast and go to sleep. Thorgrim is told the news, and he sets out at once. He has himself ferried across the fjord and goes after them alone. He reaches them where they are lying, and wakes Thorarin, prods him with his spear shaft. Thorarin springs up and tries to draw his sword because he recognized Thorgrim. Thorgrim thrusts at him with his spear and kills him. Now Thori awakes, and he wants to avenge his companion, but Thorgrim thrusts his spear through him. The place is now called Breakfast Dale and Eastmen's Fall. Thorgrim returns home and becomes famous for this journey.
That's what you get for having a nap after breakfast.
Yeah, exactly. Don't nap after breakfast. That's the moral of that bit.
yeah, get up and attack the day.
Not in fucking this time, at least. Yeah.
It's interesting that it seems to be a lot of spear talk. Because you typically associate like axes with the Vikings and that whole thing. It's like very
I mean,
cool.
spear was pretty normal as well, I would say.
Yeah, but
spear is probably this is the main stable for like thousands of years, right? Like that one hasn't ever gone out of fashion in any place I think that we know about. But I could be wrong. I mean, I know that
I'm sure
the Vikings were big on axes, but yeah, it's very easy to make the stick with a piece of metal on.
And if you can't afford the metal, just make the stick pointer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, does its job.
In most cases, yeah.
I just found that interesting.
Go on.
It was spear rather than like a sword or
you would have thought it was that as well, but maybe he's just he likes the spear.
Proficient in spearing people.
Yeah, he definitely is. I mean, fucking did it, man.
He got them both.
Got them both. Anyways, he stays on his farm over the winter. In the spring, the brothers-in-law, Thorgrim and Thorkel, fit out the ship which had belonged to the Norwegians. These Norwegians had been great troublemakers in Norway, and the country was no longer safe for them. Now Thorgrim and Thorkel make this ship ready and put to sea in it. This summer, Vestine and Gisli also sail out from Skeljavik and Steingrimsfjord. Both ships sail out to sea. Onund of Medeldal looks after Thorkel and Gisli's farm, and Saga Stein, along with Thordis, looks after Sebul. At this time, Harald Greycloak was ruling over Norway. Thorgrim and Thorkel bring their ship ashore in the north of Norway, and they soon fall in with the king and present themselves to him and pay their respects. He received them well, and they joined his sworn retainers and won generous rewards and honors. Gisli and Vestine were at sea more than 60 days, and they ran ashore in early winter in Hortland, in a gale of wind and snow during the night, and they smashed their ship but saved their goods and men. A man named Beard Bjalfi had a trading ship there. He was intending to sail to Denmark. They ask him if they can buy half share in the ship. He says he has heard that they are good men. What? Who the fuck did he hear that from? All these guys so far have been total fucking cunts. Killing people like crazy.
I mean, I guess back then it was easy to leave a reputation behind.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's a good reputation also to be a bit of a son of a gun, I suppose. Someone not to fuck with, I suppose. Anyways, and he gave them half share, but they at once repay him with gifts worth more. The voyage south to Denmark to the market town called Viborg, which actually still exists today. Viborg is they have a really good handball team actually today.
Nice.
It's nice little bonus info. Very good handball team. At least they had one back when I knew that, which is maybe a long time ago. Anyway, and stay the winter. Now. Was that?
They might just be terrible now.
Yeah, they might be shit, but they were good at some point.
Okay.
That still counts, I feel. Still counts. Anyways, and stay the winter there with a man called Sigurd. The three of them, Vestine, Gisli, and Bjalfi, were there, and they became good friends and exchanged gifts. And early in the spring, Bjalfi readied his ship to go to Iceland. There was a man by the name of Sigurd, a trading partner of Vestine, Norwegian by birth, who was out west in England. He sent word to Vestine that he wanted to close the partnership because he no longer needed Vestine's money. So Vestine asks leave to go and settle up with him. Oh, this is probably Vestine then. Have I done Vestine's voice?
Don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not sure he's spoken yet.
You must promise that you will never go from Iceland. That's too gay. Vestine's still.
Hey, maybe that's why they didn't want to go into brotherhood with him.
Should we make him effeminate? Wouldn't that be sort of...
I mean, it could be classed.
Wouldn't that be cancelled?
Could be classed. Could be. I mean, it would be. I feel like it would fit with the time, and would make sense, but maybe deemed offensive today.
Probably. I mean, you know, again, it's the old story. You know, if people want to find something to be offended about, they will as well. So
a soft voice doesn't have to be. Look at Mike Tyson.
Exactly. Oh yeah, you must promise that you will never go from Iceland. Come back safely unless it's you, unless I let you. Okay, come on. So you don't understand.
Can't do Mike Tyson, but
Mike Tyson.
My best. I'll do a kind of variation of Mike Tyson.
Then you must promise that you'll never go from Iceland if you come safely back, unless I let you.
Vestine says
South Africa.
No, this is not Vestine that says this. Who the fuck is it who says this? Oh, okay. So Sigurd, the trading part of Vestine, who was Norwegian by birth, who was out west in England, he sent word to Vestine that he wanted blah, blah, blah. So Vestine asked Lise to go and settle up with him. It's very difficult to find out who says this because it doesn't say who says this in this version. It's fucking irritating. It kind of makes no sense. Vestine says yes to this. He basically says, someone says, then you must promise that you will never go from Iceland if you come safely back unless I let you.
Okay.
Come safely back where? Unless I let you. Vestine says yes to this. So Vestine goes to Iceland and is not allowed to go anywhere unless Sigurd tells him. That's the only thing that makes sense. Sigurd was his trading partner who was out west in England. But he tells Vestine to go to Iceland. And he must never leave there again. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's it. It makes sense later, maybe. Okay. We're also almost done, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm just going to finish this page here, which is not so much, and then we can be done.
Sure.
One morning, Gisli... Okay, so Vestine says yes to this. He goes to Iceland, promises never to leave unless Sigurd tells him. Good. One morning, Gisli gets up and goes to the smithy. He was the handiest of men, skilled in everything. He made a coin which weighed not less than an ounce, and riveted it together with 20 studs in it, 10 in each half, so that the coin seemed whole if it was put together, and yet it could be separated into two parts. Story goes that he takes the coin apart and puts one piece in Vestine's hand and tells him to keep it as a token between them.
Whoa, is this like one of those old necklaces that you used to get with the love hearts that was like
this is what in
two and you put them together?
BFF
it's like,
thing.
Yeah, BFFs forever.
But a coin, yeah, it's a BFF coin.
Oh, I did not expect this.
That's a twist as well. Holy shit.
We're going to have to get one of these made.
It's a fucking Viking BFF coin.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to get one for me and you.
Dude, we should so. Are you coming to make us bloat?
Yeah.
So we'll have to find a smithy there that can make us one.
Yes, we will.
We'll get a coin and we'll, get it broken apart. Then they just have to like punch their holes and we'll get a Viking BFF coin. Fuck yes. That'd be sweet.
Oh yeah.
We have to do it. We have to do it now. Now we've talked about it. We have to do it.
I did not. I just didn't expect it.
That's so funny, man. That's cute. That's cute as fuck.
It is very cute, isn't it? Who said the?
No, so here comes the next part. It's very sweet. And we must each send his part to the other only if it is a matter of life and death. Yet my mind tells me that we will need to send them, though we may not meet again. Vestine sails west to England, and Gisli and Bjalfi to Norway, then in summer to Iceland. Okay, so next time we will go on with what then happens.
This was a nice little end, wasn't it?
Fuck, that's great. There was a comment down here. I just didn't see it. It says number 6. It is that that is that line up there. Then you must promise that you will never go from Iceland if you come safely back, unless I let you, because it's Gisli that says that to him. Before Vestine goes to west to England, he sends Gisli tells Vestine, you must promise that you will never go from Iceland if you come safely back. So after he comes back from England, he'll leave Iceland because all this shit is brewing, right? So they got to be ready for everything. So he needs to be by Gisli's side so they can protect each other and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways.
And now they have their little.
Then Vestine says to England, and Gisli and Bjalfi to Norway, and then in the summer they go back to Iceland. Cool. So that's where we're gonna go from next part. It's gearing up, man. It's getting interesting. The story, I feel.
We're getting there.
Yeah, man. That was good. That was a good hustle.
Perfect. Well, thank you.
All right, brother.
Thank you very much, and I will see you shortly. See you
soon. Thank you, Tasha and Alyssa. Just joined in at some point as well.
We got 2 people.
Oh my God, you missed a fucking great episode, you guys. I mean, in the sense that now you're of course listening to it again, so you didn't miss it. Which is kind of fucking meta and weird, isn't it? But you should have been here live. That's the thing, because that's
get here live.
Get here live. That's where all the fun stuff happens. So you can put your comments in that further derails us and shit like that. So
we can talk directly to you.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man. Much love.
Bye, buddy. See you soon.
See ya.
Bye.